Hi, welcome to my channel. Because of the CMCO, many schools have cancelled their final test. So I decided to make a video on how to answer the paper 2 questions for the chemistry subject. So let's try out the questions. Okay, this questions number 1. The diagram shows the weather balloons and the advertising light, which is filled with different gases. For the weather balloons, we know that normally we will use the helium gas. And for the advertising light, we'll use the neon gas. Okay, questions A. The gases belong to the same group. Name the group. So you have to name the group. So helium and neon, they belong to the group 18. Or we call it as a noble gases. So B, name the gas used in weather balloon and explain why. So weather balloon, the gas is helium. Why helium is used? So because helium is stable, it will not explode and it has low density. So this is the reason. You can put as low density. It's an inert gas. Okay, part C is a periodic table. Write the electron arrangement of T. So this is our element T. T will be in period 3 and then group 1. So the electron arrangement 2.8.1. Element Z is more reactive than T. Z is more reactive than T when react with water. Explain why. So both are group 1. So in group 1, when go down the group, there will be more reactive. All the elements in group 1 have one valence electron. So the element will tend to donate one valence electron to achieve the stable electron arrangement. So the reactivity will depend on how easier the element will be donate the valence electron. So when go down the group, the atom size getting bigger and bigger, and the valence electron is far away from the nucleus. The attractions between the nucleus and the valence electron is weaker, so that the atom or the element will be easier to donate their valence electron. So that's why when go down the group, the element will become more reactive. So we need to explain for this one. Okay, next, part 3. Z and Y can react to form a white compound. State the type of compound formed and write out the chemical formula Z and Y. So Z and Y. Okay, Z is group 1 and then Y is group 17. So group 1 is a metal and group 17 is non-metal. So metal and non-metal, they will form ionic bond. So they will form an ionic compound. So state the type of compound. The type of compound, so this is the ionic compound. Okay, Z will donate 1 electron and Y will accept 1 electron. So the compound form, the chemical formula is ZY. For part 4, arrange the atomic size in ascending order. Okay, now we have the element in period 2, period 3, and period 4. The element in period 4 definitely will be bigger because period 4 means we'll have 4 electron shell. So let's say Z. Element Z have 4 electron shell. Meanwhile, the element Q only have 2 electron shell. So definitely Z will be bigger than Q. Okay. Another thing that you need to know is the element in the same period. Let's say Q and R. Both of them are in period 2, but which one is bigger? We can compare the number of electron and proton. Q, the electron variance Q is 2.1234, and R is 2.8. So that means that Q will have 6 proton, R 10 proton, 6 proton, 6 electron, 10 proton, 10 electron. Across the period, the element that has more number of electron and proton, the size of the atom will become smaller because the attraction force is stronger. More electron and proton. So the size of the atom Q is bigger than R. Okay, now we can conclude. Okay, atom Q bigger than R. In period 3, T bigger than S, bigger than Y. And the last one is Z. So now we arrange in the ascending order. The smallest is R, after that Q, and then Y, X, T, Z. So this in the ascending order, the size of element. R, Q, Y, X, T, Z. R, Q, Y, X, T, Z. Okay, questions 2 is given a flow chart to form a slot M. Okay, questions based on the diagram, answer the following question. State the acid V and alkaline T. Okay, for acid V, this hydrogen chloride and water. So when hydrogen chloride dissolves in water, they will form hydrochloric acid. Sodium oxide and water, so it will produce sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. Okay, name the reaction X. Okay, this is the acid react with alkaline. We call it as a neutralization. Write the chemical equations. Okay, acid, chemical equation, the reactant, hydrochloric acid, react with sodium hydroxide. So the product is salt and water only. So these are our reactant and product. For chemical equations, you have to check whether it's balanced or not. So we check one sodium, one chloride, 2H, 1O. Okay, so it's a balanced chemical equation. Okay, C 25 centimeter cube alkali T need to neutralize 50 centimeter cube of acid V. Calculate the concentration. Okay, we need our chemical equation. For alkali T, alkali 25 centimeter cube. Concentrations, the molality, we don't know. Acid is the molality. And from the balanced chemical equation, we know that 1 mole of acid will react 1 mole of sodium hydroxide. So we find out the number of mole of hydrochloric acid. Is mv over 1000. So 0.1. The value is 0.005 mole. So the number of mole of sodium hydroxide. So 1 mole ratios to 1 mole. Now we have 0.005. So for sodium hydroxide, we also need 0.005 mole. And this will equal to mv, the volume is 25 over 1000. So the concentrations, the molality is 0.2. Okay, for part D, describe briefly how the crystal of salt N is obtained from its solution. The salt M is sodium chloride, and sodium chloride is a soluble salt. So how can we extract the sodium chloride from its solution? So soluble salt, you have to heat it until a saturated solution, let it dry to crystallize it, and then in the end you can wash with distilled water and dry it with filter paper. So it's only 2 marks. Okay, E. If acid V is replaced with ethanoic acid, so acid V suppose is hydrochloric acid, so now we replace with the ethanoic acid. So this chemical formula, the salt produced, we name it as a sodium ethanoate. So the salt produced, call it as a sodium ethanoate.